All right, let's get right into it. If you've been following the news, you've probably heard the buzz. Tech giant Meta, the company behind Facebook and Instagram, just made a huge move in the AI space. They've acquired a startup you've likely never heard of, but it's a really big deal. And trust me, this is way more than just another business transaction. It's a multi-billion-dollar bet on where AI is headed next. And just get a load of this number. We're talking somewhere in the ballpark of $2 to $3 billion. Yeah, billion with a B. For a company called Manus that, let's be honest, was flying completely under the radar for most of us. Whenever you see a price tag that high, you just know there's something special, something revolutionary going on. So what on earth did Meta see in this company that was worth that kind of cash? Well, to really get what's going on here, we have to look at the people behind the tech. A deal this massive isn't just about algorithms and data, it's about a vision. And in this case, that vision comes from a founder named Zhao Hong and his startup, Manus. And you can see from his journey, Zhao Hong is no rookie. He's been in the game for a while, having previously founded another company called Butterfly Effect. So he knows how to build things from scratch. He started Manus in China, but then made a really strategic move, relocating the whole company to Singapore before hitting the jackpot that every startup dreams of, getting bought by a titan like Meta. And here we have the official statement from Zhao Hong himself. Now, yeah, it's the kind of polished PR statement you'd expect, but there's a key phrase in there: shared vision. That's the important part. This tells us Meta wasn't just on a shopping spree. They were hunting for something very specific, and Manus was building exactly what they needed. And what they were building? Well, that's the real story. So, let's get to it. The $2 billion question: what did Meta actually buy? We're not talking about another chatbot that's slightly better at writing poems. Nope. This is a whole different ballgame. It's a technology built around a concept called the general AI agent. Okay, so what does that actually mean? A general AI agent isn't something you just talk to. It's an AI that does things for you. Seriously. Imagine saying to your computer, "Hey, plan a weekend trip to the coast for my family. Find a pet-friendly Airbnb with a good view and book it for next month." And then you just sit back and watch as the AI literally operates the computer, clicking, typing, comparing websites, and making the reservation, all by itself. That is the end game here. So, how in the world does this work? It's pretty clever, actually. When you give it a complex command, it doesn't just try to tackle the whole thing at once. Instead, what it does is it uses a multi-agent architecture. Think of it like a really good project manager. It breaks down your big request into a bunch of smaller tasks. Then it hands those tasks off to specialized AI agents. You might have one agent that's a genius at searching the web, another that's an expert at filling out forms. They all work together on a kind of virtual computer to get the job done. No hand-holding required. And that technology is exactly why Meta was willing to spend billions. You see, this whole deal isn't happening in a bubble. It's a major calculated chess move in the incredibly high-stakes race for what some are calling superintelligence. Mark Zuckerberg has been super open about Meta's ultimate goal. He's not just trying to build some powerful faceless AI in a data center. His vision is what he calls personal superintelligence. The idea is to have an AI assistant that's so deeply woven into our devices, our phones, our glasses, that it becomes a true digital partner in our daily lives. Buying Manus and its agent tech is like hitting the fast forward button on that entire vision. This really helps you see the bigger picture, the AI arms race. For a while now, competitors like OpenAI and Google have been mostly focused on building the biggest, baddest large language models, right? The giant brains behind things like ChatGPT. But Meta's playing a different game. They're betting the future isn't just about a powerful brain in the cloud, but about a super capable personal assistant that's right there with you, in your pocket. Now, if we zoom out even more, this deal is a huge flashing sign pointing to a massive trend that's changing the whole tech industry. It's what people are starting to call the great AI consolidation. I mean, here's the reality. To build this cutting-edge AI, you need two things that most startups just don't have: an insane amount of computing power and gigantic pools of data. And who has both? The tech giants. So what we're seeing is a pattern where they're just absorbing the most promising smaller companies and hoarding the smartest engineers, basically concentrating the future of AI inside the walls of just a few corporations. So let's wrap this up. Why does this one deal matter so much? Okay, first, it's a huge clue that the next big thing in AI is about action. We're moving beyond AIs that just talk to AIs that actually do stuff. Second, this proves Meta is dead serious. They aren't just a social media company anymore. They are a major player in the AI race. And finally, it hammers home that trend we talked about. AI power is quickly consolidating in the hands of a very small number of companies. And that leaves us with a final, really important question to chew on. As all this incredible technology and talent gets vacuumed up by a handful of giant companies, what does that mean for innovation? Who is left to come up with the next big thing? Is that world-changing idea more likely to be born in a dorm room or a garage anymore, or is it only going to come from inside the walls of big tech? This deal suggests we might already be seeing the answer.